Yay! It's number two. Number two insight this week. So we're going to go section 15 heading. We've just done some of section 14. Now section 15 heading, this is when I was talking about section 15 and 16 are the same apart from one thing, and that's the name of the person that's given to. And the line in the, let's see if you can see there, that one. I'll read it out. So it says, the message is intimately and impressively personal in that the Lord tells of what was known only to John Whitmer and himself. I was like, well, how is it intimately and impressively personal when it's exactly the same as what his brother gets 5 seconds from now? You're like, huh. But if you think about it, when you go to the temple, or when you get a mission call, or when you're baptized even, what other examples did I write down? It's baptism prayer. Yeah. When you get, like, the baptism prayer, when you get baptized, it's the same for every one of us except our names. And yet, it can be incredibly personal to us. And what makes it that way? It's not the words that are said. This is interesting, and I've written here in my scriptures, I've said, it's the experience you have by the calling that makes it intimate and impressive. So, it's not the words that go into the calling, because those are the same. What makes it a personal thing from the Lord is the emotion that goes with it and the experience you're going to have. So when you look at a mission call, and whoever gets called to the Hamilton, New Zealand mission and signed off by whoever, it's going to look the same apart from your name. But what makes it personal for you and what makes it impressively personal and intimate is the Lord's experience with you and how you become and grow through that call. So it's not the words in the call, it's the experience of it. There you go. So when it says that it was personal to John Whitmer, I'm imagining, and I don't know for sure because I was not there, that afterwards John probably said something to Joseph about, how did the Lord know that? That's just what I needed to hear. And yet that's exactly the same thing as his brother heard. And maybe his brother needed to hear exactly the same thing too. Because it was in the moment of hearing that the Lord spoke to his heart and his mind. It wasn't just the words, it was feeling. It was emotion. It was being heard. It was being recognized. That's what it is. So if you're getting confused and thinking, oh, these two are the same, oh, well, yeah. So are all the mission calls pretty much, apart from the name and the place you're going, maybe the time you're serving, I don't know. But there's a lot of them the same. The ordinances we do in the temple, and those are the same apart from the name. And actually that's okay, because the experience of it is what makes it personal. So think about that. It's a good thought. Anyway, read section 15 and 16. We're going to cover the end of 16, but it again is the same 15. So anyway, but yeah. Have you heard the same message and yet have it speak intimately and impressively personal to you? So the same message that someone else has heard and it's intimate to you. Like, even, like in this case, it was a revelation, like a blessing or a calling. But even like in a conference talk, even at stake conference or at ward sacrament meeting, and there's a talk given and you're like, that person is speaking just to me. I'm sure of it, because like it doesn't even seem like anyone else is listening. And that's exactly what I needed to hear. And this is because it's a personal experience with you and the Lord. It's not necessarily the words that are spoken, although that comes into it, but it's the experience of it that makes it intimately personal. Yeah, so the Lord speaks to us with emotions, often in a crowd, making the moment and words just for us. It's kind of cool. It's a very interesting thing to sort of look at and think about. And I'm sure that sometimes you can think of it in your life, or maybe look for it in the future. Maybe you've seen it in someone else, right? Anyway, President Nelson says this: the Savior loves you and knows you personally. He knows the profoundest concerns of your soul. And ain't that the truth? And I think a lot of us have felt that recently. Just with everything that's been going on, the Lord really does know us. And if you're feeling that the Lord doesn't know you, then, you need to maybe open up a bit and talk to him a bit more. And we talk about it a lot. Just open up in your prayers. Just talk to him. Just lay it all out there and see what happens. Be open to hearing him. Be open to having him as your friend. Be open to having him love you, because that's what's preventing you. If you're not hearing it, if you're not feeling it and hearing it, you're not allowing it in. And you could be like, oh, yes, I am, but no, you're not really. So there's a lot of things you can do. And if you want some more help on that, I'm happy to help. There's probably a lot of people that can. But message me if you want to. I'm good with that. Okay, well, that was that one. So we're going to go to number 3 soon. Okay,